Advent calendars are such a fun thing to have for the holiday season. I created one that turned out absolutely amazing and I can't wait to share it with you. So we're going to start off by getting some of the prep work done first. I've got these printable activity cards that I made in Canva. I'll have the link for that down in the video description for you so you can print out your own or create your own. You can also do a Google search and find lots of pre-made ones available online. I'm using my paper trimmer to cut it out or a pair of scissors. I also wanted to include some Bible verses for our family to read during the month of December, so I got these ones from leapoffaithcrafting.com. I'm going to have the link for you down in the description box as well as pinned in the comments section for you to go and check out. I also needed some numbers to go with this. I got these ones that were pre-made off of Canva. I just adjusted them to suit my needs. I created these or edited these so that they would work with a 1.5 paper punch. Now you could use your Cricut machine if you'd like, or you can cut them by scissors. So I've got all my pieces all cut out, but I wanted to match up the Bible verses with the day that the crafter on Leap of Faith Crafting had laid out on her website. So I did that, and now I decided I wanted to decorate the outside of my bags that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using all these different cutter parts that I had in my stash. I wanted a nature-inspired theme for this Advent calendar, and I discovered that I had all these beautiful cutter parts that had a natural theme to them. I'm going to be using these paper treat bags that I got from a store here called Dollarama in Canada. You can use some lunch bags if you'd like, or find whatever will suit your needs. So I'm just going to be using these craft paper color. I'm going to open them all up and I'm going to fill with different treats that our family absolutely loves. That's what I suggest for you to do as well, is just pick out your favorite treats, anything you'd like. I like to have candies that are wrapped individually, and that way here they don't stick together. So our family absolutely loves Lindor chocolates. I think it's our all-time favorite. And then I decided to add these caramels that are from Werther's. I thought they would be a fun little added treat. To put these together, I'm using some binder clips from Dollar Tree, and they came in a pack of 12. Which was perfect because then all I needed was 2 packages of them. So I've got my treats all filled up in my bag, and now I'm just going to pre-fold the top, just one fold. I'm pre-folding them because I don't want to accidentally fold any of my cards. So now I'm going to start to attach all the little paper embellishments. I'm putting the Bible verse inside along with an activity, and I want the activity to be a surprise, but I accidentally saw this one and I discovered that it was on December 1st, and it says build a snowman. I don't think we're going to have enough snow by then, so I decided to put that one back into the deck, and I'm going to go ahead and put another activity. This time I didn't see what it was, fold it up, and then I'm going to add one of these beautiful decorative cards that we had cut apart, and then I'm going to attach the number as well, and I'm going to use my binder clip to put this all together. The binder clip is perfect because it helps hold it together and also provides a place for us to tie our string on so we can hang this. Yes, we will be creating a hanger for all of these. I saw a few different ways that you could create these, but I thought this would be the easiest. Just taking a paper bag and adding some paper embellishments to the exterior. I had seen some people create like some gingerbread houses or just some little cabins. I thought that would be really fun, but I really wanted the focus to be on nature as well as the birth of Jesus. So that's why I chose these cut aparts to go with it. So here are all my bags ready to go. And now I want to create my hanger. I forged this branch and I'm going to be using jute twine to create my hanger. I'm just going to tie it on in a basic knot on one end, and then I'm going to do so on the other end. I thought this would be perfect since we are doing a nature-inspired Advent calendar. So I didn't want my hanger to be too long, so I just trimmed it off. I just kind of played around a little bit here until I got what I like. Here is the wall where it's going on. I already have my command strip. I'm using the 16-pound command strip on this particular style of hook. But of course, use whatever you have on hand. So I've got my hanger in place, and now I'm crawling onto the back of my couch because I wanted to make sure that my bags don't hit the back of my couch. My cat likes to go up on there sometimes, and I didn't want him to be playing around with these bags or hitting them. Also didn't want people's heads to hit them. So I just measured this first bag, and then I'm going to tie it on into place. You could do all of this on the floor if you prefer. Because see, my cat's already joining me. Had to check out what I was doing. He's such a funny cat. I also tied it on so that there were long tails so I could make adjustments as needed. I'm using these command strips on the back of some battery operated lights. You want to make sure that you can access the battery, so if you need to replace them. But that battery pack is going to end up being stuck to the wall, and then it will be easily removed. And these are curtain battery operated lights. I thought it would be a nice effect to have these lights glowing in amongst all those pretty little treat bags that we have created. So what I'm doing is stretching these lights out, and I'm going to attach them just with some clear pipe cleaners that I had on hand. You can use some ties, whatever you have. Some zip ties would probably even work. But I'm just going straight across, and then I am going to be using 2 sets of these curtain lights. I did get these curtain lights from Dollarama here in Canada. I'm sure you can find these on Amazon. I have seen curtain lights at Walmart as well, so definitely check out your local stores to see where you can find them. So once I have got those lights all in place, I'm going to now unravel the strands of lights. I kept them all bundled up, and they had a lot of memory to them, so I'm just gently tugging on them, helping to straighten them out so they hang better. So I've got my treat bags all lined up, and now I'm going to start to attach them. I'm going to be tying the string on the back loop of our binder clip. Again, I want to make sure that I've got a tail that is long enough so if I need to make adjustments in height on our treat bags, I can do so once they are hanging. So my string had a bit of memory to it, so I'm just letting it just unwind a bit, and now I'm going to go ahead and just randomly place these bags up and down and against the wall. I am not putting these in numerical order. I thought it would be fun just to look for one just randomly. And then what you could do is once you have emptied the treat bag, you could put the bag and the cards back in place, or you could just put the decorative cards back in place, whichever you prefer. So again, I'm just going to go ahead and just figure out how long I want my strand of string to be, and then I'm going to attach that to my branch. The reason why I'm doing it while it's all hanging up is because I knew I was going to be putting lights on this, and I didn't want everything to get all tangled, and I thought it would be easiest for me to do this while it was all hanging. So you can see I've made some progress, and this is where I start to fill in the blanks. I'm not wanting to go any lower than that first bag that I had hung. And I discovered that I do need to make some adjustments to the height of some of these bags. So I'm just untying my knot, and then I'm going to just straighten it out a bit and then shorten the strand as needed. So I'm just going to continue to fill this all in until I've got all my bags hanging, again, making adjustments as needed. I have all my bags in place, but I discovered that I kind of had some of my colors all clumped together. So what I decided to do was just take the front pieces, like the decorative card and the number, and I just moved things around a bit just so the color was spread out more evenly. I might still have to do a few. Sometimes I need to just stand back and have a look at things and then see where it's at. Now I'm going to just put the lights into place. I'm just removing the backing off of the command strips and pressing those lights to the wall. I didn't do this to start off with because I knew that the balance of the weight of the branch was going to go off kilter. I'm using some faux evergreens to decorate the top of the branch. I needed to do this because I wanted to cover up all those wires and whatnot that's on the top of our branch. I'm just going to be going ahead and using some hot glue to add these sprigs to the top. I am again working directly with it hanging on the wall. You could add a garland if you want, or just add some picks, whatever you like to have. I already had these sprigs on hand, so that's what I decided to use. I like to get faux evergreens from Michael's when they go on clearance. They carry a lot of really neat and different ones, so I highly suggest that you go and check them out. Sometimes they've got like a 2-for-1 sale, or I get them at the end of the season when they're clearing things out. But I'm also going to add these natural elements. Again, this is nature inspired. So I'm adding some birch bark, pine cones, and I'm also going to be adding some twigs. I'm just going to now start to add some of those natural elements, mixing it in throughout the evergreens. And you can see I'm kind of balancing both sides somewhat. It's not exact, but I did want it to be somewhat balanced because I needed this to hang evenly. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to fill this in until I'm happy with how it looks. Since I was working with hot glue, I needed to make sure I held my natural elements, or even the faux evergreens, in place before I let them go, because I did not want them to fall off on me. So now I'm going to go ahead and start to add in some of my branches. I didn't add too many, just enough to create some interest to this. And again, I just used my hot glue, added a little bit to the branches, and then tucked them into place. And I thought it was just a fun addition. Needed to cover up my hook, so I made a burlap bow, and you can see it's a really stiff bow, so I did end up going in later on and just kind of scrunching up my bow a bit just to help to relax it so it looked a little bit more natural. Decided I wanted to add some fairy lights into the arrangement that I created. I'm using these flat battery pack fairy lights. I added a Velcro strip to the back of it. I'm going to attach it to the back of the branch, and I put it on Velcro because then I am able to remove it and replace the battery pack as needed. And so now I'm just going to add one end to the, well, by the battery pack, of course, and then the opposite end, I dragged it across to the opposite end of the branch, and now I'm just going to start to weave them in. Of course, you can make adjustments as needed. I clumped them into one spot too much, so I had to stretch it out, and I continued to just add them in, and I think it's such a beautiful and whimsical look. I absolutely love this. My family absolutely loves it. Even my husband, he came home and he's like, wow, that looks so fun and amazing. It turned out so beautiful. Let me know what you think. And let me know if you've created anything like this. This was so much fun. I can't wait to dive in and play around with this. And as far as the activities go, some of them we may do, some of them we may not. We'll see how it goes, but let me know what you think. If you're looking for some more nature-inspired Christmas DIYs, check this video out right here. It's packed full of inspiration. I want to thank you so much for joining me today, and we will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.